Okay, 203Ks. Have to be licensed. The contractors have to be licensed in the city/county. Okay? If they're not, HUD's not going to accept it. So you have a consumer that's wanting to cut corners. You can't cut corners on these bids. If they want to cut corners, have them do the least amount of work that they have to do on it. Okay? But you can't cut corners. You have to use licensed contractors. I can't stress that enough. So on all 203Ks, licensed contractors with bids, basically on anything that that appraisal is going to require. Okay? Minimum repairs required. Sometimes if you're on the border there, we may order an appraisal, see what the appraisal comes back with, and then decide if we need to do the 203K or what's the minimum that we need to do on it. With the minimum dollar amount. But the biggest thing is making sure the bids are prepared accurately. If they're not, that's what holds stuff up in underwriting on the 203Ks.
So you get an appraisal, look at it, and then you come back with a second appraisal.
No. You have them you make a decision to either reorder that as a 203K,
Yeah.
is what you would do.
Who actually prepares the bids? Is there a
The
form?
contractor does.
Oh. And does he have guidelines that he has to follow and prepare?
Yeah, it has to
bids?
list, like if you're putting windows in, it has to have what type of windows you're putting in.
Okay.
So it has to have a breakdown of the type of windows, labor costs, okay? And the window cost and the type of whatever material you're putting in.
Should he already have this information, or is this something we need to get from you to give to the contractor?
The contractor should have it. We're gonna send in all the bids, okay? So the appraiser can appraise that with a subject to value of getting all that stuff completed.
They only disperse that amount up to the purchase price, hold it up, so he disperses it, right, or your company?
They actually disperse 50% of it. They disperse 50% of the money, and then the rest of it is collected once the house is inspected. Okay? So I really believe that it's important that we as lenders, you as agents, whoever you use them for a lender, you work with them, you go through your contracts together. Okay? If you go through your contracts with your lender, and I'm a firm believer in it, it's like, okay, what are the deadlines for this? What are the deadlines for this? What are the deadlines for this? And Francis and I have done a lot of loans together, a lot of business together. And it's just important that we're all on the same page because we are a team. It's not me against you or you against me. We all have one common goal to make sure that that consumer gets the house and we do it properly.
In today's market, it's becoming apparent that the realtors got to be pre-inspectors. Because if I go out there and I look at a property and I see things that are going to get kicked back on that appraisal, my guy, the buyer's got to do the appraisal, okay? And they don't have a lot of money to start with. I may lose my client before I ever get out of the gate because we've just eaten up their money, their front end money with appraisals on a house that didn't go forward.
Right.
Which puts a lot of pressure on real estate.
It does. Oh, it does. The HVCC, they're trying to tweak it, trying to do all types of stuff, but I agree with you 100%. And that's why it's, well, actually, if you know the buyer's going FHA, okay, and I've done this, seller pays for the appraisal. Write it in the contract. You can write whatever you want in that contract. So if we think there's a question on value, write in the contract, seller pays for the appraisal. Okay? Because that appraisal is going to stay with that house anyway, so why not do it that way? And we've had a couple contracts accepted that way, where the seller was going to pay for it. Now make sure you stipulate pay for appraisal in advance on the contract. Okay?
And then the seller owns that appraisal.
Right. Which technically they should anyway until the house is sold, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Yeah.
Are they obligated, if you're the appraiser, can you get access to the inspection report? Is there there's a disconnect there, right?
No, they don't view the inspection report. I don't even want to see that inspection report. Never send that to them.